everything I got is moved on, and I'm here. But you know what? It's okay. Because I said to myself, if I break, if I'm hurt, whatever, I ain't gonna fix it. Why bother?
And I'm just some bum that's living in your crib, just nothing.
You're a good kid and a good fighter. But you got your whole future ahead of you. Mine? Back there, like all them guys on that wall.
Now, you've done so many great pictures, but I hate to say it, but this feels like your best performance I've seen today. How was it working with Ryan Coogler? And
this is Ryan's baby. Ryan did it all. I mean, I was just saying that I just listened to him. He would run into the scenes and say, more, dig, bring. I never saw such enthusiasm. So this is semi-biographical about his life. That's why I think it's so compelling. We were just filling in parts of the characters that he's grown up with, and he's like his father and situations like that.
So you kind of like the new Adrian in this movie.
So yeah, I guess that's true.
How does it feel to just be a part of this epic young filmmaker who's doing these great things and be a part of like a potential new franchise?
It feels incredible. I mean, I didn't think about the latter part of your question so much when we were making the film, but I did think a lot about working with Ryan Coogler because it was something that I just wanted to do so much. I just felt like he was such a special filmmaker. I love Fruitvale Station. So for me, when I got the call to make this film, it really meant a lot to me. And now to be here tonight and know what it means to fans is crazy.
Well, for me as a fan, when I walked out the theater, the first thing I thought about was part 2 and 3.
Oh, really? Wow, that's a nice thing to hear.
We get to see you on all screens, but this story would be great to just see you continue.
Yeah, I think we loved these characters and creating these characters, and Sly frankly thought that he was done with Rocky and he had hung up his hat, but I think now, I'm sure we'd all be happy to get back in there if that's what makes sense.
Tell me, working with Michael B., just how was that experience?
It was beyond. I mean, he's so talented, and also just to get him work for this space of almost, he worked almost a year. I got to work with him and by his side for months and months when he was trying to capture the mentality and the physicality of a boxer, which is not an easy thing to do. No one ever put those shorts on. He did all his own stunts, so I'm just so, proud of him. Really fell in love with his work ethic and him as a performer.
Great work. Thank you, Mr. Action Jackson, Mr. Apollo Creed, Mr. Carl Weathers, one of my all-time favorite actors. And my first question is, you think that Ryan might have said I could make a movie off Mr. T, I could have made a movie off of Dolph Lundgren, but he picked Apollo Creed. What did that mean to you when you heard about that? And did he approach you before going with the story?
To hear about it was, first of all, it was an interesting idea, but, you hear ideas all the time. The fact that they pull it off and then we'll see the movie tonight, that's what's exciting, and I know Michael B. Jordan is one heck of a young talent, and you've got a director there who's a spectacular director, Fruitvale et al. I'm looking forward to it.
The story is great. I've seen the movie. I mean, it has legs to be a Creed 1, 2, and 3, and I know that you and Mr. Weathers, but does it feel like your legacy is carrying on to see that character carry on?
Well, it's Apollo Creed's legacy. As an actor, it's nice to have been a part of something that's so iconic that you then all of a sudden have that character have a son. And the name carries on. It's kind of pretty cool, Pretty
cool, man. It's a pretty cool moment, me and you right now.
Thank you,
brother.
What's
going on,
I'm here with Michael B.
What's going on, bro?
How you doing, brother?
Great.
Such a great movie. Tell me, how does it feel to be a part of Ryan Coogler's legacy as a young filmmaker, and to be this team up with him and make these great pictures?
I think it's awesome. Honestly, to find him so early in my career, I think is definitely a blessing. He's a genius guy, man. We're very similar in a lot of ways, so I feel like our communication, our chemistry is definitely there, and we like the same things. We have similar tastes, so it makes our shorthand on set a lot easier, and we're pretty efficient on set. So it doesn't seem like work when I'm working with him, so it's a lot of fun.
I know you must have seen Rocky as a youth. When this story came to you, could you see Ryan's vision and how it came together when he first pitched it to you like this?
He pitched it very loosely. I just kind of I trust my director. At the end of the day, I service his vision. So I don't think I ever could imagine it turning out the way it did. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna follow him in the battle, and hopefully we're gonna come out with a victory. So we'll see how it goes.
Man, first, just how did it feel to be able to direct Sylvester and get the respect of him? He spoke real highly of you. How was that feeling to be able to command him in that room?
I wasn't commanding him, man.
I mean, wrong word.
No, I'm just saying, like, it was an honor, man. It was an honor, and it was exciting. Cause he's such a craftsman. He's such a great actor. That you know, once I earned his trust, man, it was very motivating, man, to not want to let him down.
Your partnership with Michael B. Is this something we're gonna continue to see? I know you got a new film coming out. Have you found like your Batman and Robin, so to speak?
I mean, I really like working with him, man. He's a friend. I like hanging out with him, you know. So when it comes to, you know, if we can get paid to do projects that we're passionate about, you know, we paid to work together, man. When you go to work with your friend, with your family, with your brother, and I think anybody would, man. So it's very fortunate. And in this business, man, if it's not broke, you don't really want to be in a rush to fix it.
It's a great movie, brother. I really loved it, man. Want to see Creed 1 and 2 and 3? I'm here with the always beautiful, always soulful, always gorgeous Mr. Janelle Monáe. First, I gotta say congratulations on Kansas City Royals. Getting that, I give it to you. This movie, I mean, you don't look like you wanted to be a boxer ever, but I know that you've seen Rocky.
Oh, I'm a fighter.
You're a fighter. You are a fighter.
Of course, I grew up like so many other young people watching Rocky 1, Rocky 2, and it's such an American classic, you know. It brings back so many amazing memories. And the story is so triumphant, and I'm here tonight to support my friend Tessa Thompson. I'm so excited for her and Michael B. Jordan. I hope this just opens up so many doors for them, and Ryan as well. So I think this is a big night for African Americans.
What did you think it means to have a director like Ryan Coogler at the helm of a movie with such a historic, you know, lineage and everything?
It means that we are continuing to be creative and brilliant and visionary people, and I'm excited for new talent, and I'm excited that Ryan is new, and we need that. We need a next generation of directors. Yeah.
First off, tell me about what Rocky did for you as a kid, like seeing that movie.
Rocky was, you know, Rocky made every young man feel, you get that inspiration almost like looking at a Bruce Lee movie, where you feel like, now I'm ready, I can fight now. I'm inspired in some kind of way. So everybody who watched Rocky early growing up, the first few Rockies, definitely the first couple, you were inspired by the stories. And it was the first time you saw the underdog in a movie who was a down and out guy make it, you know, in such a way as Rocky. So, and Sylvester Stallone was still a cool guy. He was so cool in those movies. So, you know, as a kid it was inspiring, but being in one is just surreal, you know.
And Ryan could have made, they could have spinned off Mr. T, they could have spinned off the Russian. Why do you think it was Apollo Creed that was like the perfect spin-off to make this story continue?
I think that they're able to draw parallels using Apollo to the original that the other characters wouldn't really allow. You know, they had a rivalry, then they had a friendship, then Apollo died, and it's like his homie died then, you know. Excuse me. And so the heart of the story is in, we know those sort of relationships already existed, and now he's like the trainer that his trainer was, and remember his trainer died. And so now he's able to impart this wisdom to the young Apollo, and he reluctantly does it, you know. So it's just magical. It really is.
Before you go, I mean, you probably hate to hear about The Wire, but because Michael B. is in here, because so many of your actors from that movie has been going on to do such great things, like the legacy of that series, and to see like all of you guys like doing great, like do you ever just think about that?
Not really, you know. Not really. It's kind of like we're always reminded of it, but you know, you don't really wake up and think, you know, The Wire was the shit. You're not really thinking that way. You're more thinking like,
I do.
Well, I think from our perspective, we kind of like looking at whatever we have in front of us now, you know. And but not to being a Wire alumni is a special thing, you know. It's like being on the '96 Bulls or something. 82 wins. You know what I mean? So it's special, and we know that. It's a brotherhood that's there is special. And so we have a different sort of relationship to the movie, to the show. And when I see Idris or Mike Williams or Mike Jordan, or the list is long, it's just, you know, it's just like your brother doing it. You're like, man, you know, you love that person, you know. So I'm just happy about all of that.
Appreciate it, man. Good
No
seeing you,
doubt,
brother.
man. Have a good one.
All right, I'm here with the chap, Mr. Andre Ward. Man, I think I interviewed you Source Awards like 1999.
Oh man. Oh man. I think it was probably like maybe 2004, but a long time ago.
A long time ago, man. And to see you like here, to see you in the movie, it brought a lot of authenticity to the boxing and everything that was going on. I'm not gonna tell people what you did to Michael, but you know what I'm saying. But how did it feel to be a part of this movie?
Unbelievable. I mean, acting isn't really something that I grew up, wanting to do, but after I got my taste of it, it's something I want to continue to do. And I take my hat off to Ryan Coogler, man. He's a good friend of mine. We come from the same place, the Bay Area. And he's just phenomenal screenwriter, phenomenal producer. Boy's got vision, man. He commanded the room. Like when I was doing my filming, in a few days I was in Philly. I just saw what he was about, man, and everybody respected him. He's one of the youngest cats in the room. So when he called me and said, man, you're going to be a part of this, I was like, wow. I read the script. I was like, man, count me in. And he's amazing, man. He helped me get through it, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Tell me about Rocky because you've made a profession and a great profession out of this. Tell me about like when you seen Rocky and how did that affect you as a young man to get here in your career?
No, I watched all of them. I mean, I watched all of them, and they meant a lot to me, believe it or not. And I grew inspiration from those movies, from those soundtracks. Like I literally at that time would have a cassette tape or a CD player at that time, listening to those Rocky theme songs, going running, hitting the bag. And I mean, I would watch I watch those kind of fights and get fired up. Like, man, I'm going to the gym. Like that stuff was real to me. So to be a part of this franchise and this brand, it's just amazing.
And I've seen it. I know a lot of the fans haven't seen it yet, but it definitely feels like this could be Creed 1, Creed 2, Creed 3.
I mean, I hope so. I got a feeling this movie's gonna be epic. It has nothing to do with me being in it. I just know. And
No, that's not true.
And I haven't seen it. No, I'm being honest. I haven't even seen it yet. I've just seen clips and bits and pieces. I wasn't a part of the post-production. I just know what it took to make this. I know the characters that are involved, and I know Ryan Coogler, and those ingredients, man, are gonna make. And of course, Sly. It's gonna make for something special.
All right, man. Well, I hope there's a 2, and I hope you the main fight in part 2.
That'd be good. That'd be nice.
That's what we need to see. But appreciate seeing you, chap. All right. So I'm here with Charles Winkler, and you produced Balboa. Your dad started the series. How does it feel to see Ryan Coogler take the baton, take this movie to the next story?
Watch out. So Ryan Coogler is a gift from the gods. When Rocky Balboa was made and we all were convinced that Rocky was done, Ryan was what? Junior in high school? Sophomore maybe? And here it is 10 years later, and Ryan Coogler, this kid, showed up with this idea that nobody thought of. I mean, it was like...
Y'all never thought of a spinoff? Y'all had Mr. T, y'all had all these great characters, Dolph Lundgren. Y'all never thought of a spinoff of any of the characters for Rocky?
A lot of ideas had been toyed with, but nobody had found the home run idea. It was Ryan. It was Ryan who came up with this just incredible idea to spin off the franchise and do it in such a way that there'd be a new character that you could root for and an old character that you could still embrace. I mean, Ryan, this is all Ryan. We're here tonight because of Ryan. That kid showed up in our lives, in my life, in my father's life, in the Chardoff's life, and most importantly, Sylvester Stallone's life, and gave a complete rebirth to the Rocky franchise, and we're eternally grateful for him. And I tell you this much, I've been doing this a long time. Ryan Coogler's the real deal. That kid's the real deal.
And Sylvester Stallone, a lot of people are talking about this performance. I mean, he's done so many great performances, especially in the Rocky series, but did you see something different in this performance than you have in Sylvester?
Yeah, you know what it was? Sylvester let Ryan direct him. That's the difference. Sylvester is such an icon at this point that anything that he makes, he becomes the main creative force. It's very difficult for anybody to say to a star that big, try it this way, do it this way. Ryan had no fear. Ryan would literally get right up into Sly and say, no, Sly, this is the way it's got to be. And Sylvester Stallone, to his credit, actually listened to him. And I got to tell you, to stand on the set and watch this 28, 29-year-old kid direct this 60-something icon in a character that the icon created was wild. Was really wild. But, yeah, look, Ryan's got the goods.
So what's next for you, Charles? What you have another project in the works after this?
Creed 2.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear, and I believe in that. Thank you. All right, BLACKTREE TV. I love this movie. You guys will love this movie. We just wrapped the carpet. We talked to Sylvester Stallone. We talked to Carl Weathers. We talked to Michael B. Jordan. We talked to some world champion boxers, and y'all gonna love it. So y'all just stay tuned right here, BLACKTREE TV.